Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber with One Rental at a Time. It is Wednesday, and that means we have Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. So you're part of my course. You're in the Facebook group. You see more and more people across the country showing evidence of a housing slowdown, right? Not a crash, a slowdown. But dude, freaking California, what is going on? I got some numbers from Southern California. I know you have history with Sacramento, but California, as of at least at the end of July, it is not slowing down, right?
Right. I'm interested to hear from you the data because truth be told, I get so busy that I'm like in the trenches and all I know is what I hear from real estate agents, buyers and all that. And then every once in a while I get to peek my head out and breathe and look at data and I go, oh, makes sense to me. This is what I've been seeing and feeling. So I haven't looked at the data. I'll be excited to hear what the numbers say. And then I'll tell you what the people say. You tell me what the numbers say. I'll tell you what the people say.
All right. So I've captured data for July, end of July. So the 31st for LA County, Riverside, and San Diego. It had data on Orange County and others, but I just grabbed these three. So I have appreciation, new median price, and sales volume. So these are the three metrics.
Mm-hmm.
So LA County up 18.7% year on year.
Jesus.
Bananas.
Yeah.
795K, another record median price. And this is the one that gets me. This is the one. Sales volume up 20%.
It's crazy. Yeah. And that's the problem that people don't understand is like, yeah, we've got an inventory problem and that's bad enough, but more people are buying than ever before.
It's just, oh, it's crazy. Well, that's one. So Riverside up 23.2%. Median price, a measly 525 grand. And I say that full tongue in cheek. Sales volume, 6%. Right? Cheaper market, 6%. That's
I would think that was up because when I talk to a lot of people down south, it's like, hey, I've got to go to Riverside. I've got to go to these other outlier counties because LA County's got too expensive.
Yeah. And then San Diego. I think San Diego might be one of the hottest markets out there. Up 15.2%. So the lowest of the three. Median price in San Diego is now a whopping 730. 730. Crazy. And sales volume up 15%. So no slowdown in Southern California is the net, at least at the end of July. Unlike many of the country, and again, you're in the group with me. There's a lot of people going, "Hey, look, price pending, coming back on off, more listings, price drops." Damn, Southern California.
Right, and that's the thing too. Is like we I think agree, and most everywhere I've got confirmation from either YouTube followers or people that I'm talking to that are working in other markets that the frenzy that was March and April has simmered down.
Yes.
But like the proof in your stats, and me and you talked offline a little bit about my buyers in Sacramento and surrounding, it's still hard for them. They're still bidding 50,000 above ask, removing all contingencies. And, thanks for writing such a gret offer. We're sorry.
You were second place.
Right. Yeah. If you're second or third. And, for me, it's disheartening because I know how frustrating it can be for buyers. But it doesn't surprise me. You know what surprised me more than anything is that California of all places, right?
Yeah.
A state that's on fire, and a state that
literally on fire.
People are leaving because of, government or taxes or whatever it is. Still, there's lots and lots of folks that want to pay the sunshine tax.
Yeah, part of that's because no building, right? Not building. I mean, it's just it is. Yeah. So this is what I think is going on in California, right? I believe a housing slowdown is happening across the country. It just happens at different rates at different times. Like I believe Southern California, and again, we could be wrong, right? My crystal ball is as broken or as good as everybody else's, but I do think a housing slowdown is coming, and these numbers are going to continually, like your buyers in Sacramento, right? How many times are you going to bid 50 grand over before you give up?
Right.
You're like, I'm done.
I've got a long list of
I'm done.
Thrown in the towel or, currently waiting.
So that's demand, right? That demand's going to back off, right? As supply comes on. So I don't know what it'll happen in Southern California. Maybe it runs hot all year. I don't know. but I think the housing slowdown hits everywhere because, again, more supply with a receding demand. It's just supply and demand. It has to.
Yeah, right. It has to. That's what I think, the reasonable person in my head. But then, I don't follow the stats close enough to really even know, to be honest. But, is all the red tape and all the issues with making it hard and expensive to build in California exacerbating this problem we already have, or making it to where it's going to be longer lasting than somewhere else, where they might be able to meet the demand at a sooner date, maybe
with
so.
The current leadership in place, it ain't happening. Yeah, it ain't happening. So yeah, this is craziness. I do see it slowing down in Fresno, right? Which maybe is a first sign. And again, by slowdown, I don't mean it's going backwards. It's just more inventory. My buy box has more stuff. I've actually seen a couple of price drops. So maybe it's cracking.
Yeah. And you know what comes to mind for me is that we've talked about K-shaped recovery. Yep. We know that there was winners and losers during COVID. We know that the upper end for me in my mortgage business, I'm like, holy crap, I've never seen it so competitive at $1 million and above. And so maybe we see that where it's like, oh yeah, San Diego is still ripping and roaring. LA is ripping and roaring. But, the folks who weren't as fortunate or didn't see their wealth double in the last 18 months, that stuff starts to crack first, and then it goes
maybe
up from there.
That's
Who knows?
Reasonable. Yeah. Craziness. So folks, if you are in California and you want a awesome mortgage broker to help you with a purchase or a refinance, I suggest Matt, the mortgage guy. How do you want them to reach out?
Just shoot me an email, matt@mattthemortgageguy.com. I'll respond to you. My office will respond to you. We'll get you on the calendar. I want to publicly tell people, I apologize. If you're in Ohio and you're like, please just 10 quick minutes. If you understood the 700 or 800 people per month that want a quick piece of advice, and I want a mortgage broker. So somebody called me from Georgia, and he's just like, I gave him a referral. I even talked to him on the phone for 8 minutes, and I want to work with you. I really want to work with you. If I worked with every single person across the country that reached out, I would have to clone myself 4 times, and I would never sleep, and I'd never see my family. So as much as I'd love to help everybody everywhere, for now, there's only enough me and enough time in the day to deal with California. But rest assured, Matt the Mortgage Guy, you send an email, me or my team's going to reach out to you, help you in any way we can. If you're outside of California, I've got brokers in the states that you're in that I like and trust. And I've got nothing but good feedback. You go to greatmortgagebroker.com, you fill that out. On my YouTube live, I had a couple of people saying, I'm closing next week. Thanks for connecting me with You Mortgage. Thanks for that referral, Matt. And so if I get bad feedback and they're not taking care of you, I'll just stop sending them business, right? It's easy enough.
Easy enough. Yeah. Again, if you're in California, Matt the Mortgage Guy, let him know you found him on one rental at a time, just so he knows that the time we spend together every week is valuable, and I would greatly appreciate it. And again, you actually created Mortgage 101 for the course, how to get started one rental at a time, helping people potentially save thousands of dollars on their next mortgage. So thank you for doing that again.
Yeah, for sure. I've gotten good feedback about that. And I've got people on my channel that are like, I just bought Mike's course. It's time to do the work. And so I'm excited for them because, you and I know that every single dollar that I've invested in anything that has to do with personal development has paid me back 10, 20 fold. And so I know that when they invest in themselves in that course, they're going to get value from it and do the work.
Do the work. That's right.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate your time.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.